Okay, hello everyone. There is a video, but we were talking about the second, but let's talk about the legendaries first. Okay, for the legendaries are a sponge. They're pretty much a bullet sponge. They're just um puny Cabal. And they pretty much have high tech, but the legendaries don't really have a lot of that tech, but they do have jump packs. I'm trying to make this obvious for kids like me. And plus my sister's recording this. I'm doing this on my iPad. We're walking around. I do have this guy, Icebreaker. I used to call him the Ice Fire. No, I don't remember his name, but it does have ice and fire in it. I think I used to call him Ice Summoner. I forget its weapon's name, but let's go back to the Cabal. For a Legionnaire is pretty much just a guy who's the lowest class. You're gonna see him a lot. But let's get on to the second, the Fat. He's a Legionnaire, just smarter. He traded in jump packs because Legionnaires get a kill. It was a lot because of their jump packs. For the Legionnaires were much more smarter. And they are, well, the Phalanx will have a shield instead of it, and it has a monitor behind the shield, but we seem to don't say it, or the monitor is connected inside the helmet, and for it can see through the shield, and it's like the shield is like its eyes. It's its eyes. But it can still see real life things. And they have a better eye in what is combat. Well, Legionnaires are the nerds of the group, and that goes for the Legionnaires. And now we're going to talk about a little higher class one. The next one is the Colossus. And because the Colossus is here, the Colossus is dangerous, and you will okay, for the Cabal, as you say, the Colossus is the biggest of them all because he gets most of the armor, and he gets a lot of armor on him. He can launch rockets, and he has a machine gun, and then we're now talking about the Scions, because well, the Scions are almost like they're from a whole nother world or another species of the Cabal. I'm thinking they're from a whole nother world, or they're another species on here, or who has its own family, or it's in the Cabal's family. And also, the science are smaller, they're faster, and they're more intelligent. And I think well, they don't speak like the hive, but they do kind of have hive instinct stuff because they can shoot magic. Well, it's like this beam of this void, like they're using a black hole's void to launch it, like they're taking the void out of a black hole. We're gonna put this in 2 parts because it's almost my bedtime and my sister's bedtime, who's recording with me. For the Scion players in the Scions are kind of like their own legion, but we're gonna talk about that in the next part. But let's talk about, I forget their names, but they do. I'm gonna have to see their names for this. Sorry, people, if you know the names. They have a solar shield, and they can take, they have a solar shield, they have some weapons that they can have. We have the normal weapons, but let's talk about that in part 2. For this, these guys can and we no. And the phalanx is pretty much like a captain in the Fallen. For the phalanx is like a classic sidekick, and they can do a well, I'm gonna put this in short. And they can also have a jet. They also have a jetpack. I had that on top of my brain. Sorry for that. They have pretty much a lot of where they pretty much have a lot. They're like obese. If people don't like hearing that word, sorry, but I'm trying to find the sit button. Okay. for we have seen them sometimes, and they can have a lot of legions. For here where we are right now, if we go over here, see this, and look for, if we come over here, this place right here, was used to be having thousands of those tanks you have to face a boss track, but instead it looks like they have been in little child trains set up. And we're gonna have to wait for this for part 2.